dip in your hip and glide in your stride. Welcome to the mothership, the home of the travelers of the universe, with shows throughout the week. Everything you want, everything you could need. From the paranormal to the supernatural, from the spiritual to the unknown, from emotions to comedy. You can find us at Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and so much more. This is R.I.F.T Nation Network, the RNN. And now, your featured show. Shall we begin?
Sensitive/offensive content disclaimer. Please note that this podcast may contain material that some listeners may find sensitive, offensive, or disturbing. We strive to create respectful and informative content, but topics discussed may include mature themes such as violence, explicit language, or controversial subjects, triggering content including discussions related to mental health, trauma, or other sensitive issues, explicit language. Occasionally, our guests or hosts may use strong language. While we aim to handle these topics with care and empathy, we encourage listeners to exercise discretion. If you find any content distressing, consider skipping or seeking support. Remember that this podcast is not a substitute for professional advice. If you need assistance, please consult a qualified expert.
Hello, and welcome to another wonderful edition of the Otter's Den with your host Keith and Joni.
What's happening?
All kinds of stuff is happening, Joni. All kinds of stuff.
You're happening tonight.
I am happening.
Monday night.
It is.
Monday night before a holiday.
It was a good Monday.
It was an excellent Monday.
The boss was gone, so it was quiet.
Oh. You know, a lot of people are on vacation.
Yes,
right
that's
now.
where he's at.
I think people are taking this week as like vacation week.
Yep.
I am too.
Howie.
Mr. Odell.
Hey, Linda.
I think it's a nice week, but I'm not crazy about a holiday. I thought 4th of July was Wednesday.
Did you really? That's Thursday.
I know. Well,
Hey, Monica.
hi, everybody. Hi, Miss Gina. How are you? Hi, Monica.
Please feel free to share out. Sharing is caring. Go ahead. Didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, I was just yapping, saying hi to Linda.
I got you.
I'm just yapping.
So you got big plans for the 4th?
No, I'm going to work outside in my little yard, but now it's supposed to storm.
You got to find something to do inside. Hey, Susan.
Yeah. I'm going to work on the little area where now that I have the new desktop computer and I have my little RNN blinged up little sign to put behind me. But I don't know if it's going to go backward on a camera.
It might. Because look at my sign that says the Otter's Den.
Yeah.
It's backwards.
So my RNN sign is going to be backward.
Yeah. So you should make one where it's backwards, and then when it's on camera, it will be forwards.
So I need to make a backward sign.
Mm-hmm.
I could do that. But I blinged up an RNN sign.
Nice.
I'm great.
Oh,
From the
time at the creek. That'd be awesome.
creek. It's a creek.
I know it is.
Do you call it a creek or a
We
creek?
call it a creek. It's a creek.
Do you call it a creek? We call it a creek.
Yeah. We
Get
pronounce
out
it
of the creek.
C-R-I-C-K, but it's spelled C-R-E-E-K. Some people, if you say creek, they will go ballistic and jump
Why?
all over you because it's creek.
It's creek. I remember my mom would say, "Get out of that creek. You're going to get hepatitis." Mom, we've been in the creek all day. We've been playing in that funky old stagnant water all day. We didn't catch nothing. And if we did, we didn't know it.
I caught crawdads.
I don't know what we would catch. We just throw things in there.
And for those of you that don't know what a crawdad is, it's a crayfish,
Yeah, it's a little thing with little pinchers.
like a little freshwater lobster.
Yeah, they're little. They're tiny.
Ah, my sister. Thank you, Renee.
Happy 4th of July week, everybody.
Yes. Enjoy. Be safe.
Yeah. I think it's pretty ironic that it's 4th of July in the middle, at the very end of the Pluto return in America. And we've said it for now, I want to say 4 years, maybe. How long have we been talking about the Pluto return?
For a long time.
I can't talk about it anymore. I'm talked out of it. I swear, I'm Pluto return talked out. But I think it's ironic because what do we always say? She will return back to her roots.
Roots. Yes.
She will return to her roots. That was 4 years ago. And I think it's kind of funny that nobody's talking about the big Supreme Court ruling where the Supreme Court took away all the power from the agencies, the three-letter, like, for example, now it falls back on Congress to make the laws and be specific. No longer do the agencies get to determine the boundaries of the laws.
I like that, and
40
like
years.
it a lot.
40 years in coming. Yeah, that's huge.
Yes, yes, it is.
It's huge. And I guess we're all so distracted with other things that it got swept under the rug, but that's gigantic. And the minute I heard that, I'm like, Pluto return.
The media didn't report on it hardly.
Well, we watch all the Supreme Court stuff. We watch the Kentucky one. We watch all of them, but that's huge.
It is.
So now Congress is going to have to do a job. They're going to have to, when they make laws, they're going to have to be very specific.
Yeah, it's going to be a game changer.
Imagine that. They have to do a job.
Yeah, they're actually going to have to pick up a pen or a keyboard.
Yeah.
And start doing the thing.
Like write a law and be specific, as opposed to giving it to an appointed person that would be able to answer and clarify the questions and interpret the laws.
Yes.
That's not what it was meant to be.
Right. Yeah.
That's so Pluto return.
It is. It really is. Like Howie said, we needed the boundaries rebuilt. The three branches need check. Absolutely. That's why the founding fathers put three branches out there with the rules and laws to control them. And it went to hell since then.
Well, and get ready, because Pluto is now sitting at 1 degree. I think it's 1 degree of Aquarius, getting ready to go backward. It's stationing to go retrograde. It is at its strongest degree now, and whatever we see, it's at its last hit.
Yeah, yeah, and they also decided that Trump gets immunity for anything that has to do with presidential duties while he was in office.
All presidents.
Yes. Oh, is it all presidents?
Well, sure, absolutely. Okay. The executive branch. Yeah.
I just heard.
Yeah, it's the executive branch, because of the fact that if you didn't, then every time they would make a decision, they would be afraid that they would be going. Any state prosecutor could throw something at them. You
Well,
can't
see, that
have
makes
that.
sense.
We can't have this.
That makes sense.
We can't have it. I mean, I've never seen the legal system tore up and out like it has been.
Oh, it's
22
crazy.
years in it. I've been in it 22 years. I've never seen anything like it.
It's nuts.
I've never in my life. Yeah, we do need the checks and balances. And that's what we're going back to. And whatever they don't want to do, it looks like the universe is going to do it for them. Pluto is I mean, and look at that. Now we got the hurricane. Look at Thor. Look at Thor back there. Look at him. He's playing. What's he playing with?
He loves these. This is a hoop that I make out of wild hemp. And I put it in a bowl.
Oh.
Push it down so it's round. Let it dry.
Yeah.
And they make really nice hoops for dream catchers.
Oh, okay.
And he loves to play with them.
Isn't that cute?
This one's a really good one. So we're going to put this one over here. I will find you one. Hang on. Just chill. Sorry for the interruption here.
He just wants to play. He needs some toys.
Here, hang on. I got him some toys the other day. I did. Usually
they don't play with what you give them.
Oh, he's been playing with them.
He's playing with his little mice. Look at him.
Hi, buddy.
Ow!
Ow! Love you too.
He's so sweet.
Here, there you go. I got him a duck. I got him a chicken, and I got him a little thing on a springy string, like a rod, and it's got feathers and bells, and you can put catnip in it. And I put that under the rod underneath my flower pot to hold it, weight it down.
Yeah.
So now he lays there underneath my plant stand and just goes nuts over it.
Oh, they're so cute. He's
Thank
so
you.
Cute. He's adorbs. He is cute. Well, and then he does need camera time. Then we've got Neptune sitting on retrograde at 29. Why do you think we're getting the hurricanes? Tomorrow, you watch. By tomorrow morning, this one that's out there in the Caribbean, it'll be fizzled out. It's going to fizzle.
Neptune, ocean, water. Neptune.
Sitting there, just standing there going, I don't have anything to do. I think I'll stir up the water. Strongest. That one is hit now by tomorrow, because tomorrow it goes retro. So it's done with all of its, really strong energy. Guess who else is sitting there? Just sitting, slowing down. Saturn. We have 3. Karma train. We got a lot.
Yeah. It could get interesting for some people out there.
July's going to get more than interesting.
It could be interesting in one of two ways. It could get really, really bad for them, or it could get really, really good for them as well. Karma. It doesn't discriminate. If you've been doing a lot of good in the world, you're probably going to get some good things coming. If you've been doing a lot of bad in the world, well, you might get some of that back.
God, I hate getting Saturn slapped. I hate it. I'm trying to think. What did I do?
Getting slapped by any of the planets is not fun.
No, and then when you know it's coming, I try to barter. I barter universe.
I see what's coming, and if you don't do this to me, then I could do this for you.
Like, I promise I will never do that again.
That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works.
I know. It doesn't work, but I try. I do barter. It doesn't work. You get slapped. I think you get even slapped worse.
You probably get slapped twice.
Yeah, it doesn't work. It just.
The planet's going, I'm sorry, was that a bribe?
Yeah, a big one. Yeah, it was a bribe. I promise I won't do that again. And then I act like I'm working on my North Node and like, oh, I'm going to make a list and I'm going to pay all my bills. I'm going to get my checkbook out, write checks, and I open it up and I'm out of checks. I had to reorder checks. Oh God. I'm like, oh.
I got to do that after the show.
Well, I'm out of checks. I can't write. You can't. I'm like, how did I do that?
You better get some ordered and ship
I
those in.
ordered the damn things. They're expensive now.
I know.
God, $40.
Yeah. For pieces of paper.
Yeah. Well, I got bees on mine. They're little bees.
Got on mine. I don't have to write a check very often.
You probably just got Ginny. You probably just get normal ones. You don't get cute ones, probably.
I got the American flag and an eagle.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
That's right. I remember now.
Yeah. Well, I had to order some, so that kind of blew that North Node lesson. Like, oh, okay.
Well, here's something interesting. You ran out of checks, so you had to order new checks.
Yeah.
And the Supreme Court just helped to reinstate part of the checks and balance system.
Oh.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe you've got some balance coming.
Yeah. No, maybe I need to just pay more attention to when I need to order checks.
Well, that too. I mean, I better check because this might be a book. I got to get in the safe and check it out.
Well, I did
do a lot of checking going on.
I did get things straightened out. I'm really working on the North Node.
Good.
Working on it. As long as you attempt it, make an attempt.
Yep.
That's all the universe asks. They don't ask you to be perfect.
As long as you put some work in.
Yeah.
You know, you're working on it. It takes time. Like I like to tell them. Well, divine timing, right? Not today.
Not today. I don't think so. I know. You know, have you noticed though, since we've moved a lot of the planets into Cancer, that how much slower things seem to be? Have you noticed that?
I did. I noticed that at work. Things really slowed down in the shop. There's not a lot of pressure on us to rush through things. We're getting things done in an orderly and timely manner just by working steadily.
Yeah.
It's nice. And I've noticed that just I like to people watch. And I notice a lot of people are starting to slow down. They slow down walking. They slow down talking.
Yeah.
Everything is just slowing down.
Isn't that cool?
How you doing?
I love that. I mean, I think a lot of Gemini energy too is really nervous energy. It's almost like gives you anxiety.
Yes.
It's not like it's almost like a nervous type energy.
Yeah. I witnessed that today with my coworker. She's a Gemini, and she was talking about an issue she has going on. And even though she said she was fine and everything was okay, you could tell that everything was not fine and everything was not okay. Because you could just see it. You could see it in her face, in her eyes, in the tone of voice. And so I just, I listened to her and I talked to her and, gave her a little bit of advice because she kind of asked for some advice. And I got her calmed back down. But you could tell the anxiety levels up there.
Yeah, because they have a tendency to think, Mercury's not started yet. That goes retro at the end of the month.
And that can slow you down too, just saying.
Yeah. Well, when we make that huge shift, and it just takes where you're running, and your mind is going, and then you go into Cancer mode, and it's like, whew,
yep,
breathe. You can't breathe.
Yesterday, my boy came down to detail my truck, and he was hauling tail, and I was clearing one side of the fence that's needed it for years. Overgrown with weeds, old pallets, rotted firewood, and I went through that thing, fast. And then this morning woke up, it's like, you know what? I ain't moving fast today. We're just floating,
chilling.
Yeah.
It's not, well, enjoy it now.
I'm sure you have, Susan. She says, I've been a good Gemini.
You know, well, and then we head into Leo season, which fires back up. So it's like the universe gives you time to slow and be nurturing and a homebody, kind of like Cancer. And
Let you rest and heal up before it's time to go again.
And then you roar into Leo. And then you calm down into Virgo a little bit. So it's kind of weird how it works. But
it's like a wave, an energy wave.
Well, we have the big Neptune thing with the hurricanes. I mean, it's just so amazing how that works.
How many think there's going to be this year?
Oh, I don't know. They say a lot because of, I don't know what Nino it is. It's El Nino or his Nino or something Nino. There's a lot of hurricanes when you have is it El Nino?
Yeah, it's El Nino.
Okay. That's why we had a lot of tornadoes, right?
Yes. We had.
Oh, it was all season we had.
Yeah. All the time. They couldn't believe how many there were.
It was almost every night.
I'm going to say 23. I'm going to say 23 hurricanes.
I'm going to say 26.
Okay.
Put me down for 26.
I got you.
We have some, okay, you're going to see speed up tomorrow a little bit because Mercury heads into Leo tomorrow. It's very hot, very, very fun and proud, and communications are nice and friendly. So we got that for a month.
Good. I like nice communication.
We have a new moon this week.
Yes.
New moon in Cancer. Oh, I wrote down what house it's going into for Aries. I got all my notes. I'm so organized. Oh, okay. You guys ready for where the new moon is going to affect you?
Yeah.
For Cancer. Well, it's a Cancer new moon, which is nurturing, home. Very intuitive new moon. Anytime you have Cancer stuff, it's very intuitive new moon. Aries rising, career. Yep. Taurus rising, travel. Well, travel, higher mind, 9th house. Travel, higher mind, education. Gemini, 8th house, which is birth, regeneration, transformation. Cancer, 7th house, relationships. Leo, health, day-to-day routine. Virgo is fun stuff, love affairs, children. Libra rising, 4th house of home. Scorpio rising, communications, media. Sag rising, money. Capricorn, 1st house of self, physical body. Aquarius, 12th house of karma, mysticism. Pisces, 11th house of friends and associates. So that's where the new moon energy will be placed. And it's always your rising sign, because your rising sign, it tells what how your houses go.
Aries, career.
Yeah, career.
I've been doing some thinking on some things, so.
Oh, really?
Maybe I'll get some information I'm looking for.
Well, set the intention. You set your intentions on a really nice, good, intuitive moon. It's a nice one too. It's a nice one. It's not a crazy one. But I'll tell you what, and I'm going to warn about this, and I don't like to warn about stuff coming. But, and I know I've talked about this for I don't know how long. July, going into the following week, next week, right before, around July 10th, Mars and Uranus are coming together. They're going to be together. Okay. Guess who they hook up with? The demon star. Algol.
Algol.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a threesome.
It is. Talk about a menage a trois.
Yeah.
This is a menage a trois of dynamite.
It could be an explosive situation.
Oh my God. I looked it up today too, and I thought it's blow ups. It's usually Mars and Uranus are explosions. It's usually not so much as personal, like with us, but it's world. It's world stuff.
World events.
Yeah. It's like explosions that make the news. It's blow ups.
So could be bombing, could be war, could be
Shocking.
Yeah, a lot of things.
Fast, sudden explosions. But Algol is the corpse eating spirit. Nice guy. It's a fixed star. So I wanted to look up the good qualities of Algol. Now you got to remember that since I was looking at you, we were going to look at the what was it they had last week? What did they have? Trump and with the debate. Remember, we were going to look at the debate charts.
The debate, yes.
Okay, so that week is the week of the Republican convention when Algol, Mars, and Uranus are together. So I try to think, well, maybe something positive will happen.
Praying.
Well, Uranus you can't ever predict because it's always when you least expect it, and then nothing happens.
Yeah, he's behind you. You can't see him, so you don't know what he's going to do until you feel it.
Right.
And then sometimes you got to run.
Yeah. And then we'll see volcanic activity and earthquakes. Remember? Yeah.
Every time we predict that on here, earthquakes, volcanoes, what have you, they happen. We are not willing them to happen.
No.
We are just saying, be ready because these are going to happen.
Oh, they do. They do. They always do. I hate that. But, the thing about it is, I looked up.
Hold that thought for one second. I'm sorry.
Sure.
I saw a video the other day where on something that the media is not reporting on. There are huge fissures cracking and opening up at different places around the earth. So it's like the tectonic plates are starting to separate again.
Uh-oh.
So that could be interesting, and we might want to start keeping an eye on that. And like I said, the media is not reporting on it.
Any around us?
No, not around us.
Wow, that's crazy.
I should have written the places down. I didn't do it. I was at work.
Algol doesn't have to be tragic. So I looked up some stuff today. Princess Diana had a lot of Algol in her chart. Things didn't end up too good with her, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And
Picasso had a lot of Algol. I don't really know what happened to Picasso, though. This is the Algol lesson. Despite tragedies, we hold great power. We can rise again and transform and find a new purpose. It's not to be feared. It's very powerful energy with protection energy. It gives you strength, confidence, and you can shine a new light. I don't know. Great power may find you, but you must be standing on the right side of it. See how those stars are?
It's just like any retrograde or anything any of the planets are doing, comets are doing, what have you. The sun, the moon, It is how you use that energy. If you try to use it for positive things,
Right.
with any luck, that's what you're going to get back. It might be something little,
Right.
so little that you really don't even notice it. You find a quarter walking down the street. I always thank the universe if I find a penny, a dime, quarter, what have you. I thank the universe for about anything that happens to me. I appreciate it. But it's all in your intention. If you're all down in your feels and the world's out to get you, and that's the energy you're putting out, that's probably how it's going to hit you, because you're asking for more of it. The universe sees, oh, okay, you're all up in that energy. That must be what you want. Here you go. Think of it like a 4-year-old trying to give you something that you're asking for. We're on different wavelengths. We're on different frequencies. Different time is different. So it's your energy that you put out. I mean, you can put your words out. You need to put your words out, but your energy, your frequency that you put out has a lot to do with what you get back.
Right. Well, Algol walks around with Medusa's head in his hand.
I was just reading that over here.
This is not a nice guy.
I got Google up. I was just reading that.
Dude, yeah, he walks around with Medusa's head. He's not nice. He's in Taurus constellation.
I can joke, but I'm not gonna.
I know. Fixed stars, when people have activate fixed stars in their chart, and it's rare, kind of rare, they're usually famous in there, and they're usually given choices, and they're very karmic.
Yeah.
Now, Algol, you can lose your head. People can act goofy. That people can lose their heads. They can go crazy, act like goofballs.
Well,
Just have to watch them.
If I'm not mistaken, alcohol, they call alcohol spirits, because when you drink enough, they say spirits can enter you and you can lose your mind.
Yeah.
And go off. Strangely enough, I believe that is where Algol got his name. That is how they named
alcoholism.
Because Algol, I believe, in one language, I can't remember which one, I believe that means alcohol.
It does.
So he is named after alcohol.
But we're going to have to just watch it. Watch and see what happens. Now, we'll just have to watch and see, because the three of them together, who knows what this could. It could be people run around just acting goofy. Rebellion. Just, you know what? Watch your, it's one of those, hey, this week, kind of between the 11th and the 14th, watch your surroundings. Things can, whenever you have Mars and Uranus, things can end up fast.
Yes.
And things can hit very quickly. Just
flip of the switch.
And Uranus likes, and what's weird is they're both in Taurus. Taurus is money.
Yeah. Taurus also has 2 horns. Bulldoze you down.
Is that when they run around in the streets of Spain this week? Maybe.
I'm not sure when that.
The old guy runs around and they chase people.
The running of the bulls.
Yeah.
People get killed doing that.
Well, they're idiots. Why would you go out there and let the thing run around you?
No. I ain't climbing on one to ride it in an arena, and I ain't putting myself in harm's way in a street.
I feel sorry for the bull.
Yeah.
I do. I think it's horrible. I feel bad for them.
They taste good, though.
I would let them go. That's the middle of the week. July 11th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th. That time frame.
7-Eleven. Watch 7-Eleven.
Watch 7-Eleven. Oh, and by the way, with that, now that we're talking about mundane astrology, that's when New York, Trump goes up to get sentenced. Okay. Algol is up at his midheaven. It's going to hit his midheaven with Uranus.
Okay.
So, what does that mean in a chart?
Yeah.
That means what we see is the midheaven. So, for example, like in the midheaven in your natal chart is what the public sees of someone,
Okay.
or careers.
How
So,
we're seen by others.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, like in the public eye, the
Okay.
midheaven. So, that's why I keep saying he's going to jail. And I hope I'm wrong. I could be wrong. I don't like seeing it. Jail is not fun. I hate it. But
It's I don't think they're going to let that happen. I really don't. I think
what
there's
else
a lot
can happen with Algol?
I think there's a lot happening in the background that we're not being told about.
Yeah, we'll see.
It's been coming out in some interesting ways, but they're telling us what's going to happen.
Oh, okay.
It's just we have to let it happen.
Well, when you've got Mars and Uranus up on your midheaven and Algol's up there, I don't. I'd be like, dude, don't get out of bed. Or it could be, like I said, when you've got all these stars, it's very karmic. So we're going to have to watch it. I think this affects world events more than personally. So we're just going to have to sit back and watch it, see what happens. If anything, I hope nothing happens. I hope it just passes. It just completely, just completely by. Good day. And man, I'll be watching the headlines that day.
Yeah.
Because it'll be an interesting day. But that hits at his chart. I can't really think about. He's got. I've talked about this. The Regulus. I love the fixed stars. It's an interesting study for astrology because not a lot of people have a lot of fixed stars in their chart, and that they're triggered or activated.
Triggered and activated.
Thor is activated. Thor has Algol probably on his ascendant.
I think so.
He's running around with Medusa's head in his mouth.
Right now, it's my finger.
Algol. Thor Algol.
Hi.
Look, you make him like that. See, you treat him. See,
I was just petting him. He was calm. I went to give him a kiss, and
you get him all riled up, and then wonder why you get scratched.
How does giving him a kiss get him all riled up? I can see a woman getting all riled up if I gave her a kiss, but a cat?
Oh, for the love of Pete. Algol. That's little Al. That's his new name, Al.
Hi, Al.
But that's the middle of okay, what else is going on? And then really in July, we've got at the end of the month, the second Capricorn full moon, which that's July. So we've got an easy beginning of the month, a really hectic middle of the month, and then a nice end of the month.
So again, a wave.
Yeah, wave.
We're doing a wave.
Ride the wave. I don't know, I don't know. I don't like those transits like that. I don't like them. I just don't like them.
I just try to face them.
Yeah, but I don't like. I don't like. Uranus can be so unexpected, and like I said, it could be nothing. Let's hope so.
No, son of a.
You just didn't see. You did that because you got him all riled up.
No,
you did it.
I did not.
He's a little innocent thing.
You come spend a day with him.
Oh, he'd be sweet as a little pumpkin pie. He'd be fine. See, men play with cats too rough. See, look, you're holding him too rough. He doesn't like that. That's why he's
sitting here rubbing him with my thumb. Very nice and very gentle. right there.
Oh, look at him.
I'm giving him a back rub. I'm being nice.
Yeah, but don't get him all riled up. He's
I'm
so
not.
cute.
He does that. He does it himself. I'm giving him a back rub, and he turns around and attacks my
Whack you.
face.
I think that's hilarious.
See, I give him a kiss. I'll be nice. See,
Oh,
see, yeah.
he's so
We good now?
sweet.
No, we're not good now.
Oh, Gina said my husband is listening and he thought y'all were saying Al Gore. Al Gore. Al, Al Gore.
I mean,
Donna said, keep doing that and he's going to attack Uranus.
that's happened.
Oh, we don't want to hear about it. That's
Well, I am kind of out of practice, so.
oh, gross. That's gross. Oh, you wanted to see what happened.
I know, Linda.
He's a kitty. He wants to play. Yes, you wanted to see what happened at the debate.
Yes.
This is, you guys are going to love it. Well, no, you're not going to love it
course.
because it was sad, but I'm going to show you guys the transits that were going on. I don't know how many of y'all watched the debate, but you're going to see what was hitting our president at the time of the debate. I got it on my, you want me to pull it up?
Yeah.
Let me see if I got it. There we are. Okay, can you guys probably can't see that. You ready? Okay, look up at the top. Wait, we got to get away from here. Wait, we got to go to the side. There. Okay, look up at the top of the chart that's in yellow that says MC and it's got like a line, like a little hook around it.
Yeah.
That's his midheaven. Okay.
Okay.
So that's what we were all watching on the debate. We were watching him in public. It's what we saw, right?
Yeah, we were horrified.
Well, go down, follow the line all the way down. And in the green, okay, the middle is the natal chart.
Yeah.
Transits are in the green. That's the planets that are currently operating around his chart right now as we speak.
Okay.
So, of course, the transits are going to interact with your natal chart, and that's when things can occur. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
At the bottom of his chart that was opposing his midheaven, which in opposition means we are not going to get along. We're arguing. It's a very hard aspect, okay?
Like mortal enemy type.
Saturn was hitting his midheaven, opposing it in an opposition. So Saturn, which lessens, could be karma. Saturn also throws up restrictions. So everything,
makes sense.
Saturn is the culprit right there. Okay. And remember, Saturn is basically just sitting there very strong right now, ready to go retrograde. So,
that makes sense because his communication was very restricted.
Exactly. Oh yeah, I couldn't understand it.
No,
I couldn't.
You couldn't. I mean, some of it you could.
I just couldn't.
That.
You know,
but there is some that
I just couldn't.
Even Trump said, I'm not sure what he just said, but
I couldn't. And I thought maybe it's just my TV, but then when you want to look at like what we were talking about, you want to look over at the ascendant because the ascendant is the physical body. So if you noticed, I thought he moved very slowly and was not moving quickly.
Hang on, I got to move a Thor because he's trying to click my mouse. Momo used to walk on my keyboard. He clicks my mouse.
So funny. Well, Uranus.
He was just standing there. A lot of times he'd just stand there with his mouth open, and you could see, the confusion in his eyes. I mean, I felt bad for him. I really did.
Well, Uranus was opposing his ascendant, which the ascendant is the physical body. So what does Uranus do when it hits something like that? It's shocking. It's surprise. It's like, what? And I think people were shocked.
Even the media was shocked.
Yeah.
The left-leaning media,
Yeah.
a lot of them, they were like,
people were like, what?
I can't believe what we just saw.
So that was going on too.
Of the media.
Okay, so that was hitting. Then you want to make matters worse? His Neptune, which is his natal Neptune, is being opposed by transiting stationing Neptune. So we've got opposition, which is cloudiness, you know, fog, not thinking clearly. It's all there. It's all there.
It is. It's all there.
It's just, I thought that was mind-boggling.
I mean, that explains so much.
Isn't that crazy?
So much about his performance that night. I mean, it's all right there in that chart.
Isn't that crazy? So it's all there. And I thought, man, dude. Hey. Hi, Sarah. I thought, dude, you need to, I thought I had it. I might have it it's probably in my Gmail. I didn't look at his transits because I was so taken aback. And I know he's got, I do know what he's got when he's a Gemini. So when Gemini moved over into Jupiter, he's got transiting Jupiter hitting his sun and lighten up his chart all year. I think it's in the 11th house, 10th or 11th house. So he's got Jupiter transiting Jupiter in his house of sun all year.
So that's going to help.
Oh, it's blessings. It's abundance. It's, you know, Jupiter. We've talked about Jupiter when it moved into Gemini.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's excellent. It's abundance. It's abundance.
We need abundance.
But the thing is, with that algol hitting up at that midheaven, I don't know what that will do. Again, we'll see what happens. They're karmic.
I think it's on how each of them use their energy and their strengths. If they use it to try to fool the nation and lie to the nation, I think it's going to hit them pretty hard. If they use it to try to help the nation, honestly help the nation, I think it's probably going to help them out.
Well, what's funny is if he's got transiting, and I'm going off memory, so I could be way off on this. But if his sun is, he's got Jupiter transiting in his 11th house, 1, 2, 3, 4. He's a rising Leo. Libra would rule his second house. That means he's Jupiter's trining his second house of money as well.
Okay.
So that means abundance of money. Whenever you got transiting, whenever you got Jupiter trining in that second house, boom, you're going to get a ton of money.
Right there. When they convicted him on all those false counts, was it 34?
Money.
He raised like $34 million right away, and then it went up to $50 million in 24 hours. I mean, the money just started pouring in.
When was that?
That was right when they convicted him.
Do you remember what month?
I don't. Well, it was last month.
Well, remember, Jupiter just moved into Gemini last month. So it was right when Jupiter hit that second house, trining it.
I'm Googling.
Yeah. And then on the opposite side on Aquarius, God, 1, 2, 3, 4, hitting the 7th house, right? 1, 2, 3. Hitting the 7th house is in Aquarius, if I've got that right.
May 31st.
There we go. Is that when he got convicted?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And then within 24 hours, he raised all that money.
Well, then Gemini, that's when Jupiter was trining his second house. So
There we go.
that's what the Jupiter transits can do.
You can't make that up.
No, I can't make it up. So if you want to look at charts as opposed to what he's got ahead of him with Jupiter, that Jupiter transiting Gemini is Lady Luck is on completely in your house.
There you go.
And then it's trining your money house. So, but that's out, Michelle, that's just off memory. And so my memories, but I don't like that Algol up there. He's got a fixed star Regulus on his ascendant as well. Another very karmic star. That's the king star because it's in Leo. Remember, Leo represents royalty.
Yes.
Regulus is the king star. So we're going to have to watch that Algol. That's not a good placement for him.
I think
but we'll see. We'll see.
I think it's going to be because most people don't know this. We can't prove this. And I need to be careful how I say this because of the platforms we're on. But before he got elected, there were certain, I'll say, agencies that contacted him. And for months, they tried to get him to run. And they did that by showing him audio and video evidence of things that were happening in this world. Wow. And he eventually agreed to run and use his own money to run in order to stop this. So he is actually running to help this country and our world, which is a good thing. And that's why I keep thinking.
Okay, so that's why you're saying about the Algol.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that would make sense. Well, we'll have to watch it and see. That'll be something we can all watch, and then we'll do an Algol watch.
Yeah, I'm saying, in my opinion, because I don't have.
We'll do an Algol watch. Now, I'll tell you another chart I put in there, and I think this is interesting as interesting can get. And of course, I don't have it. Oh, I do have it with me. Look at this chart. Keith, you're going to like this one. Let me see. Okay, here we go. This is the United States natal chart. Okay. See, now I screwed it up. Now, in mundane astrology, you guys, the houses are different than they are like when we do our natal charts.
Okay.
Right? Like the third house is, of course, communications. Fourth house is the people, the homeland.
Okay.
The 11th house is Congress. 10th house is the president or the king. 9th house is the Supreme Court. So it's like that. The first house is how we physically look, the physical appearance of the country.
Okay.
5th house is the children in the country. 6th house is jobs. 7th house could be contracts, relationships, open enemies. 12th house is hidden enemies. So that the houses mean something different in mundane astrology. Mm-hmm. Now look on the outside of the USA's chart, and you tell me 2025 is not going to be crazy. Okay. Look at Pluto down by the second house. See him on the outside? He moves back into Aquarius in 2025. Neptune moves into Aries in 2025. Uranus moves into Gemini. And then we're going to have Jupiter moving into Cancer. Jupiter will then be up with that whole stellium in the United States chart, which is really good.
That is.
So we need Jupiter up there.
Okay. So we've been saying 2020 is going to be our year. Nope. 2021. Nope. 2022. Nope. 2023. Nope. 2024. Nope. So it's going to be 2025.
Well, all the astrologers are looking at 2025, and they're really upset about it because the last time Neptune was in Aries was the day that it moved into Aries is the day that the Civil War started in 1865.
Yeah.
But you have to remember with mundane astrology, you've got other mitigating factors.
Yeah, truth coming out, more people looking at those truths, studying them themselves, opening up to the truth.
Yeah.
I think that's going to help a lot.
Well, and also with Neptune going retrograde tomorrow, clarity. You know, this transits every 14 years where Neptune has been in Pisces, clouding up for 14 years. Now, how long has that been? Let me get a pen. For 14 years, it's been there. We needed
2010.
No, well, yeah. Yeah. Well, 2009. Give or take a year or two.
So that would have been the Obama administration.
Yeah, it's been very, very cloudy. And that's, you know, cloud, and that's in the house of the people. The people.
Nobody could see because it was cloudy.
Cloudy. It did. So the veil will be lifted.
Some of us could see, but we were called crazy and conspiracy theorists.
Well, the thing about Neptune is you've got to step back. Neptune, you always have to step back and vibe up.
Mm-hmm.
And vibe away from the noise, meditate, pray, do whatever you got to do, and ground yourself and look at all sides like a Libra does.
Yeah.
One thing a Libra will do, Libras will look at all sides. But the transits that are occurring next year in the United States are phenomenal. It's all the big outers. It's all the outer planets. And when the outers move, all hell breaks loose. It can. There's going to be a lot of changes. That's for sure. I'll tell you another thing with Uranus and Mars, it could be huge medical breakthroughs, inventions. It could be a lot of good things come through that.
I've been calling for new medical technologies to come out within the next couple of years.
Yeah. So that's kind of like, there's your charts, Keith. I did them for you.
There we go.
How's that?
That's good.
I think it was very interesting with
the
debate. Wasn't the debate interesting?
Yeah, I'll agree. I'll say that. It was interesting.
I mean, it was from the astrology.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes, absolutely.
I mean, you wonder why these people don't hire astrologists, and they could look at their transit and say, "Don't you dare do anything on that day." No.
Well, and it's them that wanted the early debate. That way, if he bombed it, they had enough time to replace him. They're going to have a difficult time replacing him because all the money has been donated to him.
No, you can't.
So they won't have campaign funds for whoever they put in unless they all come together and donate a lot of money very quickly. So we're going to need to keep an eye on things.
Well, I pulled up their chart. They were founded January 28th, 1828 in Baltimore, Maryland. Uranus moves into their first house, which would be a drastic change of appearance of their party.
Well, didn't the parties kind of reverse themselves?
I don't know.
At one time?
Yeah, I don't.
I remember hearing that.
I don't know. I don't know. Pluto moves up into the 9th house. Neptune moves into the 11th house. I have to look at it more.
Okay.
But that's a whole change of appearance.
Well,
how they look. They maybe get some younger people in, maybe. That's what they all need, younger people.
If you think about it, that's actually what's happening right now, is their appearance is changing. People are seeing
completely. Yeah. So we'll have to watch that. I think it's super interesting. Mundane astrology is just so accurate and so cool. And the thing about it is with Algol, you have to really look at the hot spots too that are around the world. That's where to keep your eyes open.
Yeah.
Like overseas, over in Ukraine, and find out exactly what's going on.
Lisa verified they did reverse. I don't remember when it was, but what they stood for.
Okay.
For some reason, just kind of reversed. I don't know if it was Civil War or what it was, but
it's crazy. They need. I'm
Yeah.
going to call them.
Thank you.
I need to send them a text and say, you need to hire me when you need the next debate.
No. You call Trump and say, you hire me. You call Trump.
I'll go to both of them. I'll go to both. I'm a Libra. Libras go to both.
Well, they can make their own decisions.
You know, $50,000, and I'll tell you when you should do it. No, I wouldn't do that. I probably wouldn't even charge them.
They might make a donation, though.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't donate money to them. Any of them.
No, they might donate to you.
Oh, yeah, they should. No, I would never. Saturn on the midheaven? No, I'd let that pass. No. Let that pass. No.
I mean, it happened the way it needed to happen.
Yeah, it always does.
America needed to see what we saw.
Wow, it was very sad. I think it's just
especially his
pitiful.
supporters. They needed to see what kind of shape he's actually in, because the media is saying that the videos that are out there of him doing this, the stammering, the mumbling, the tripping, the falling, and don't get me wrong, I'm not making fun of him. I feel bad for the man.
I do too. I really
do. The media
do.
is saying all those videos are deep fakes. They are not. It is what's really happening to the man. They are using him, and I like I said, I feel bad for him.
Terrible.
It is. It's
Very
terrible.
sad.
They are taking advantage of an elderly gentleman with dementia, and that is wrong.
I think it's horrible.
That is wrong. My dad died of dementia. My mom died of dementia and cancer. You don't do that.
No,
you don't take advantage of people like that.
No, you don't. You can spot it. If you are ever been a caretaker of somebody with dementia, you can spot the mannerisms.
Yes.
I could, because I dealt with it.
Yes.
I dealt with it. So, well, honey, that's about it for July. How's that sound?
Sounds good. Let's rock and roll it.
Let's get through July 11th. We'll get through it.
Yes. Michelle, I agree with you 100%.
Oh, I 100%.
Because
it was sad.
she is the one convincing him to stay in the race when they are trying to get him to step down. And now he's calling for a second debate. He wants to have a second debate.
Oh, when's that going to happen?
They haven't agreed to anything. He just wants it. They should not let that happen.
Well, if they do, we'll look at the charts ahead of time, and then we'll be able to see what happens.
Yeah.
If you guys get the date, you're welcome, hon. I hope that explained transits a little bit better, Linda. Linda's working on transits. I know Michelle is too. I know Gina is. All of us are.
Yes.
And I know Linda's really working on charts.
I need to get my homework done.
Linda is being a great student, Keith.
Nice.
Not
I'm
like
not
you.
Such a great student. I haven't done my homework yet. It's actually sitting here in front of me.
Linda, we need to get on him. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Linda gets a star. Linda gets a gold star.
There you go.
No,
He doesn't know what's going on. He doesn't know he's being used. He doesn't know there's other people running the government right now for him.
It's heartbreaking. I think it's very sad. I went through it. I went through it with my mom. It's very sad.
Yeah. In his mind, he is telling the truth, even though he is not. However, there are times after times after time, from when he was still senator till now, lying about everything. He was never a professor.
My mom would go in and out. Mom would go in and out.
Yeah, but these videos were from way back when he first started running.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's
politics.
Well, Linda, get better, hon. I hope you feel better.
It's okay to slack a little bit. I'm just going to say that.
Yeah, Gina's right. Her dad had Alzheimer's. It's a horrible condition.
Get feeling better, Linda.
Yeah, my mom did too. Feel better, Miss Linda. I know I dealt with that with my mom too, Gina. And I'd catch her playing with her jewelry box, and like they almost go back to being children. You know what I mean? It was like being a child, and she got her days and nights mixed up.
Sundowners.
My mom did. Got her nights and days mixed up.
Yeah, sundowners.
I drive you nuts.
Yes.
Yeah, they're up all night. Then they sleep all day.
I watched Mom. She went kind of backwards in her mentality through age.
Yeah.
There towards the last, she was more or less a teenager.
Yeah. Mom would do that too. She'd be up at 3:00 in the morning. I'd get home from work and she'd be eating a bowl of cereal. I'm like, oh, it's going to be one of those nights.
You're welcome. Sometimes we got to rest so we can get to feeling better, so we can get done what we need to get done. It's okay to take some time to rest and get to feeling better.
That's right.
I know it's difficult too, because when I do, I'm sitting there kicking myself in the butt because I have all these things that I need to get done, and I'm sitting down.
You got to rest. Take this week to rest. Everybody have a great 4th of July.
Thank you. Yes, be safe. Be safe traveling. Pay attention to your surroundings.
Yes.
With fireworks, be considerate. And
watch
just
crowds.
Common sense. I'm just going to leave it there. Common sense.
Yeah.
And watch 7-Eleven. I don't know what's going to happen, but something's going to happen. I don't know if it's for me or for the country. Either one is fine.
We just got to be careful.
But
all of us be careful.
Yes.
So have a great 4th of July.
You too, girl.
I will see you. You'll probably be on here for a while, so I'm gonna scoot. You'll check the chat. You'll probably chat in the chat. Have a good 4th, then. Good night, guys.
Night, and thank you for this.
Oh, you're welcome.
Well, people, what do you think? Yeah, they do. So far, he's fine. Freya is fine. She grew up from a puppy with me hammering on things and power tools, and the loud noises aren't scaring her a bit. She'll lay outside and watch them go off. So that's a good thing. And I think Thor's probably going to be about the same way because, again, the hammering and everything, I don't think the loud noises is going to bother him. So that's a good thing. It's going to get interesting. And there's going to be some things happening, in my opinion, between now and November 8th. Some of the information that we get may at first be false, but it needs to be for the protection of some people. And we need to accept that. We may lose some communications for a little bit. That's okay. Gives us time to spend with our family and our friends and in our gardens and our yards and whatnot. So if the internet goes down for a couple of days, don't freak out. It's going to come back on. Just let things flow. And don't believe everything you hear, but yet give merit to what you hear. Do your studies and everybody will be fine. You might, I know they're expensive right now, even though we don't have inflation, but buy a few extra groceries. Some canned goods, stuff like that to last. Have some water sitting around. Be prepared, like you would for a tornado or something like that. It's a good idea to be prepared. Have some extra stockpiles around for tornadoes or ice storms or what have you. It's just common sense. So just be prepared, be a good Boy Scout or Girl Scout, and everybody's going to be fine. And I really feel that, like Joni said, 2025, I think is going to turn around a lot of things, but it's going to take a little bit. It's going to take, like I said, understanding. It's going to take work. It's going to take accepting change. Hurricane season is here. I think there's going to be quite a few of those. And whether anybody believes me or not, I believe they can use HARP to manipulate and steer those things. If you don't know what HARP is, look it up. There were several of those around the world, and then they had a congressional hearing, which you can still find the video on, because they wanted to tear the one in Alaska down because they have new, smaller technologies that can do the same thing that one did. And they even admitted what HARP does is it sends rays up and heats the ionosphere of the Earth, which can move weather patterns. It's kind of interesting. And now they have smaller technology that can do the same thing. Interesting. So, let's be ready. Let's push for positive energy, positive change, for us personally, for the world, for the United States, for our neighbors, for our friends, for our families, and yeah, let things flow. We'll be all right. But on that note, I'm going to get off here. I got a few things I got to do. So you all have a wonderful evening. Thank you for joining in. I appreciate it. I really enjoy these shows. And don't forget to go like the RNN network. And there's a little QR code up there. If you click that, you can buy us a coffee. We like coffee. We really like coffee. Just saying. Night, everybody.